Informal economy in Zimbabwe, a hidden El Dorado. There is no unique definition of the informal economy in the literature, and terms such as shadow economy, hidden economy, underground economy, and unofficial economy have been used interchangeably to characterize it. According to the International Labour Organization, ILO, the term informal economy refers to all economic activities by workers and economic units that are in law or in practice not covered or insufficiently covered by formal agreements.
It's been shown that the informal economy accounts for as much as 40% of gross domestic product in a typical developing economy. It's also been shown that the informal economy represents an untapped reservoir of entrepreneurial energy that, if fully harnessed, could contribute towards sustainable and pro-poor development. It's also been shown that there is an inverse relationship between the size of the informal economy and also tax revenues as well as economic growth rate.
The spectrum ranges from self-employment and unpaid family labor to street vendors, cross-border traders, carpenters, hairdressers, and so on. At the higher end of the spectrum are the upper-tier informal activities such as small-scale services or manufacturing businesses which have relatively more capital. If well harnessed by authorities, it is that part of the informal economy that could result in formation of big companies, as it is also a bastion of innovation.
We are into manufacturing. At the moment, we are only concentrating on soap manufacturing, but we can also manufacture other things like dishwashing, toilet cleaner, carpet cleaner, and washing powder. We started this project in 2009 as a part-time. Tichenda kubasa tichigadzira ma-detergents like ma-dishwasher yongotengesa maraini, ma-toilet cleaner yongotengesa maraini, up to 2014 when we thought to be full-time into manufacturing. Per month we produce between 15 to 20 tons or so.
According to an ILO 2018 publication titled Women and Men in the Informal Economy, a Statistical Picture 3rd edition, more than 60% of the world's employed population earn their livelihoods in the informal economy.
In Zimbabwe, unlike other countries, the nature of the informal economy here is something to reckon. There are some characteristics that are not as common in other countries as they are here. One, the informal economy in Zimbabwe is more of a survivalist rather than entrepreneurial, meaning that a number of people were induced into the informal economy because of the changes that are happening in the economy overall, the macroeconomic challenges that the country is facing. Some of them, especially the young ones, have clearly said they are in the informal economy for a certain period because right now they can't find jobs, the government cannot create jobs, and therefore they were forced into the informal economy.
Business rebutsuka ndakaritanga ndanyatsoona kuti zvinhu zvaomaka so ndakabva ndangotsvagawo chimwe chinhu chaita kuti chindipe mari sezvo kwakusina mabasa ainetsa so ndikangotanga zvebhutsu ndichingohodho 2 3 4 5
chikada nditange business yekuita zvetimba ine yekushayikwa kwemabasa saka mukudaro ndakasvika pakuona kuti kuzvishandira kuri nani than kuramba wakagara uchimirira basa.
Takaita kuti ndihodhe matemba enyaya yekuti hakuna mari mabasa asikuwanika saka tongopona nekutengesa saka mabasa acho tongokiya tikuchengeta mhuri but manje vanhu vari kutengesa tawandisa tikutengesera kuti muroad misika dzishoma
Ndine vana vatatu. One anoenda kuchikoro, 2 havaendi kuchikoro. One anoenda kuchikoro ari grade 3. 2 havasati kuenda kuchikoro. Mwarira kutoenda angafanira kutoenda kuECD asi nekuda kwokoma kwazvo handisikwanisa kuzviita nekuti kuti ndizvibhalansiseka hasikwanisa kubhalansa nekuti mari yacho haisi kukwana. Tirikutopinda muzvikwereti izvezvi zvikwereti. Ndaimboshandawo kukambani kana kupedza 2 kana 3 months zvisina kutambira ndozoisirwa $50 kana $60. Imari yekuti hapana chandaishandira because handikwanisa kubhadhara rent. Ndapedza 2-3 months handisati ndabhadhara rent. Wanaona achidyei.
Now, the other interesting thing that I've seen in Zimbabwe is that the people who are actually trading in the informal sector, unlike other countries, are not unskilled, they are not uneducated. In most countries, people run to there because they do not have skills to actually work. In Zimbabwe, you find educated people on the streets selling or doing other informal or starting like informal enterprises because the economy failed to create formal jobs. So now this is the only way they can actually get their jobs. These people are already skilled. The opportunity is, can we actually use their skills now to build entrepreneurial skills now for them? Because most of them are like, maybe they're learning to be teachers or they're learning to do any other job that they're not getting. And all of a sudden, they're on the streets now trying to trade on one item or the other.
Panditori pane diploma rangu rasekretari rakagara kumba. Riri kushanda parodhi. Hatina kwekushanda kubva patakapedza chikoro mabasa hakuna saka todi.
Ya kutengesa kwatinoita mastreets nyaya kuti hatina zvokutoita. Vazhinji vedu titori nemadegree.
Chakatoti nditange kutengesa ndechekuti situation yatiri kurarama tiri. Ndofunga murongoza vazhinji takaenda kuchikoro takatopasa macertificates nawo asi takatosiya taisa mumahozi kumusha taona kuti haana chaanoshanda nekuti mabasa acho ari kuwanikwa ndiwo aya atiri kuita zvechivhenda izvi kwaiza from 6 to 6 tichingodai so saka tatambudzika chaizvo muno munyika zvakatiomera.
The informal economy presents both opportunities and challenges.
Inini ndinonzi Fungai Gweshe. Ndiri chairlady weRujeko group. Gurupu Rujeko rine vanhu 12 madzimai. Tinoita nezvedovi. Asi manje padovi patiri kuita apa zvaimbenge zvichitifambira zvakanaka patakatanga 2012. Asi tinosangana nemachallenges akati kuti atinosangana nawo mazhinji acho mishini yedu midiki haina kukura domestic machines. Tenge tisina mari yokunyatsotenga mishini muhombe watingati industrial machine zvinoenderana nenzungu dzakawanda dzatenge tichikuya. Saka ndo imwe challenge yakakurisa yatinosangana nayo iyoyo yekuti dai kuri kuwana mushini mukuru zvinotibatsira. Uye pakukanga hatina magango emazuva ano anokanga nzungu dzakawanda nguva imwe cheteyo. Hatinazve mishini inotokonora nzungu, tinotokonora nemaoko zvinotora nguva yakareba, zvinotinonotsa. Rimwe dambudziko rakakura ratinaro nderekuti hatinazve pokushandira zvokuti tinotarisa kuhurumende yedu kuti dai yatirangarirewo semadzimai anenge aine shungu yokuita mabasa. Zvino hatina nzvimbo dzavanotipa dzokuti idzi dai tashandira apa. Tiri kutoshandira mudzimba matakambotarisira kuti tinofanirwa kubva mudzimba.
Takambonzi tiende kunotsvaga mari kumabhenki tipiwe maloni. Asi tiri kuwana challenge yekuti seni mukadzi handikwanisi kuapply loan nokuti ndinenge ndisina collateral inozondimiririra. Bhuku remba rinenge riri muzita mababa. Bhuku remotikari rinenge riri muzita mababa. Ini handina changu chandinokwanisa kuchizvimirirawo pachezvangu. Ndizvo taikumbirisawo kuti sehurumende ngaitimiririrewo sesu madzimai kuti patinenge tichinzi tinokwanisa kuwana malonzi ngavangotipewo vasingatarisi zvemacollateral.
Pakutengesa kwatiri kuita kusanganawo nemachallenges ekuti vanhu havana mari. Vamwe vanhu vanouya vachida kutenga neecocash but ecocash yacho ukamutengesera ukada kuzotora mari kuecocash inenge yakubatwa 20%. Panozovapo kuti iwo kana wakuzosara unosara usina chinhu. Profit panenge pasisina, mari yese inenge yabatwa. Kudhara taikwanisa kutotengesa tichoti ukatengesa waitoziva kuti gore rino iri ndoda kutoitawo chakati uchikwanisa kutoita chinhu ichocho, but yezvinezvi hazvichanyatsofamba zvazvongoti ukangowana mari kangoke kungodya nekurarama nekungobhadhara vana maschool fees hauchakwanisa kuita chimwe chinhu.
When we started, our most challenge yanga iri yecapital kuti tinatsoita zvetanga tichida kuita. Takazongowanawo rubatsiro mukufamba umu through homelink yakazotibetsirawo. At the moment challenge yatiri kunyanyofesa procurement yemafuta atoshandisa raw materials kubika sipo. Ndo main challenge yatiri kufesa nekuti kwatinotora kwacho dzimwe nguva vane vanhu vanonga vabhadhara mari zviya zvekutonyora kuti iwo paunozoendawo kudawo anonga wakuda kutanga waita se wabhadharwawo mari. Ndo challenge imwe yatiri kufesa at the moment.
Takangomira negumbo 1 because handiti ndiri panzvimbo panobvumidzwa, pandiri hapabvumidzwa. I know kuti any day tinongosvikodzingwa, any day any time tinongosvikobviswa, ende hatirambe because patiri hapatengeserwa. Here comes tipinde maflea markets machona muri very expensive, $10-12 per day, $15 pazuva. Unenge uchitengesei kuti kwanisa kubhadhara $15 every day? Ndiani ari kutambira $15 pazuva kubasa? Hapana. Saka hadzisumuke nyaya dzacho.
Taitombotaniswa necouncil, even police, nekuti taitengesera papa pasingabvumidzwi. So tinoda kuti new government iri kuuyawo at least ikatitsvagirawo kuti tiende titengeserewo tisazotandaniswawo.
Basa redu, business redu radzikira ezvinezvi zvokuti tinyatsobhadharawo kunyange marentals edu zvaakunetsa nokuti basa redu rawandirwa. Mamwe aivo makastoma edu ndo vamwe vaishandawo kuindustry. Maindustries akavharwa saka vakutoitawo basa rekutengesa. Saka kuti vachinyatsowanawo mari yekuti tizoti zvaakunetsa hazvichanyatsofamba.
Muno tine dambudziko rekuti kana mvura ichinge yanaya pekushandira panonetsa, panenge pachinaya mvura. Plus magetsi, saka ukashandira panhu panonaya mvura nepane magetsi hazvibudi. Saka unoda kushandira panhu pakawako pakashongodzekawo zvokuti mvura ikanayawo mapuranga haanayo nemvura. Saka tinoshuwirawo kana kuvavarira kuti daiwo tabatsirwawo kana kupiwawo mari yokuti tivakirwe mabuildings, nzvimbo inoyi iwe ichishandika zvakanaka. Then tozouya panhau yekutenga kwatinoita mapuranga, tinosangana nemachallenges akawanda. Like tine machallenges ekuti zvinhu zvedu zvinogona kukwira kana kudzika. Like so I mean kuti zvinhu zvedu hazvina fixed price, zvinova zvikonzwa nekushayikwa kwemari. Saka mari ikawanika zvinhu zvinotengeseka at a normal price than kuti zvinhu zvitengeseke zvinokwira nhasi zvinodzika mangwana, zvichikwira nhasi zvinodzika mangwana.
Now, opportunities of doing business in the informal economy are always there, but they always work better for those who go into the informal economy for entrepreneurial reasons. That means they first identify those opportunities and then they go for them. They are not forced into them because they need to survive. So that is something that Zimbabwe needs to look at very carefully before we can invest so much in the informal economy. And two, as a landlocked country, there are many opportunities of trading in this country. For example, for those who are working in the informal economy in Zimbabwe, many of them are actually doing cross-border trading. The reason is Zimbabwe needs to import a lot of things and also has the ability to export a number of things. The issue is, what is it that Zimbabwe can actually export at this point in time? Now, on the other side, we see challenges in terms of the manufacturing industry that has collapsed. So are there opportunities to actually revive the manufacturing industry? If that happens, and I think this is a period of opportunities in that sense, that we are in a transition period.
My opportunities are akati one day because the market hatiipedzi. Market hatiipedzi, my demands anoto request for market inototadza kusupply. Chinonyanyira kuti tadzosupply nyaya process yatoshandisa. Isusu tongachida kuti government ikakwanisa kutibatsira kuwana ma-proper machines kuti tikwanise kuti business redu riite rikure. Something like a small plant, because mukatarisa process yatoshandisa ine a lot of manual work. Saka tikaita like something like a plant, ma-machines ekuti hatina need yekumbowaridza sipo yedu zvatoita izvi kuti iome, kuti inongobva mutengi yoenda kusvika rangobuda riri bar.
As efforts are being done in terms of the macroeconomic economy, there also has to be really concerted effort to understand how the informal economy can take part in those changes. So that is also one big opportunity I see. The other thing that I see seen in Zimbabwe is that for now, within the country, for example, within the city of Harare, a lot of trading is being done on the streets, right? And it is such a challenge for street vendors right now because the city laws and regulations were not meant to actually allow street vending. So the issue is, what are we going to do going forward to actually relook at municipal laws, district laws, to allow or to make space for the informal, for street vendors, for example, to have space to actually trade within these areas. Now, if the market is in the city center and the city center is not built to allow street vending, you can see that there's a lot of urban planning that needs to be done there to accommodate both the demand that is there and also the supply that is there. So a lot of thinking needs to be done there.
Totongo chemoti nyika denga kwanza kuti vhuriro mabasa industry yavhurwa isusu chirega manza ane chemberi zera rangu rineri yangu ensina hangu chikoro ngo chemode kwaita mabasa ndokwanisa kuti vamwe vachichaira ngo vachibika vamwe vachinyora insina chikoro nchichaira mu office me vanenge vachiita zvavanenge vachiita
zvingaitwe ngati pamwe hurumende inofanira kucreatawo employment tikaonawo mabasa tikatanga kuenda kumabasawo zvingaite zviri nani chitambiro kupera kwemwedzi tinowana kubatsirikanawo
saka tachikumbira kuti tichakwanisa kuwana mabasa okutonomira kuti mwedzi wapera woiwana mari yacho zvinorega kuti fambiro mune zvakanaka.
So kunenge kutongokumbira futi zvekunenge kuma-authorities kuti vange vachitidzikiseiwo maningi ma-tariffs especially ku-industry kuti nekuti kana angakurisawo ma-overheads edu, I mean it's an impact pa ma-overheads edu.
Dai council yedu yatisiro even ma-shelters patinotengesera kuitira zuva, so kana even ma-toilets ndofunga ndo imwe challenge yatinenge tinayo kana kutiendesawo kuma-designated areas avakamboti promise kuti at least kana tiri ikoko tinenge tiri secure ete tiri safe.
The informal economy is marked by acute decent work deficits, and most people operating in this sector are exposed to vulnerable and precarious working conditions.
When we look at the informal economy, we cannot remove the fact that the informal economy has got a woman's face. We see that the majority of players who are in the informal economy are women. And unfortunately, women are found in the lower echelon of the informal economy. And the sectors that they are found, usually they have got less earnings. There's a research that we conducted with ILO in 2016-2017. We showed that the majority of the women who are operating in the informal economy are earning below $100, which is really quite striking because the poverty data line in Zimbabwe is around $500. So you find that most of the women who are in the informal economy are subjected to abject poverty because the earnings that they're getting from their trading is not sufficient enough for human dignity. We also find that when we look at women, another challenge that they face is about the premises where they work at. Unfortunately, some of the women, they carry their children, they carry their babies to the workplaces. Therefore, they expose the children to various hazards, extreme temperatures, and some vulnerabilities that children are not supposed to be exposed to at a younger age. So women actually have an extra burden. Once they are selling their wares, they also have to be doing the care services, taking care of their children. Another challenge that women are finding in the informal economy is that they are financially excluded as compared to men. The majority of the women are getting their credit or they are getting startup capital from informal financial institutions. And when they get from the informal financial institutions, the amounts are usually very low. So in the end, the capital that they get is not enough to increase their productivity. Hence, they remain trapped in low income generating activities. I think what needs to be done at policy level when we look at women is to have at national level policy coordination and policy leadership, which looks at graduating the women who are in the informal economy from informal to formal, graduating them from micro scale to macro scale, and also from medium enterprises to large enterprises. So these policies should actually target these women and provide concrete outcomes and provide concrete targets which can be measurable to see how women are progressing. Another issue that has to be looked at national level to address the plight of the women is to ensure that the formalization strategy is hinged on decent work principles, the ILO decent work agenda, where we look at issues to do with social protection, maternity protection, even the places where they are selling their wares, it has to be decent. So water and sanitation, women have got different needs when it comes to water and sanitation as compared to men. So all these issues have to be gender sensitive. And maybe another thing that I can mention has to do with business development services, that even these policies, when they are being crafted, business development services should also target specifically women, taking into consideration heterogeneity of the sectors that they operate, heterogeneity even in terms of literacy levels, heterogeneity even in terms of skills levels. So the policy should be comprehensive in those respects. And the business development service should not only look at training, but it should go beyond training to look at how the women can access markets in the region and beyond. Looking at how even the package of the business development service provides them with the collateral that they require to upscale their production. So I think there's scope for a lot of work in terms of addressing the plight of women who are in the informal economy.
In sub-Saharan Africa, on average, the productivity of informal firms is only 1/5 to 1/4 of that of formal firms. This huge productivity gap is a reflection of lower skill levels among workers and a lower level of physical capital. Consequently, in a country where the informal sector is large, the economic growth rate is low. Informal economy entrepreneurs and workers are often excluded from financial markets, with little or no access to formal sources of credit. From a revenue perspective, a large informal sector renders it highly difficult for low-income countries' governments to finance sustainable development from domestic resources. Improved formalization can therefore help to bring more taxpayers into the tax net. Given the extent of informalization in the country and the huge potential by informal entrepreneurs, the way forward is neither to encourage nor suppress the informal economy, but rather to facilitate transition from the informal to the formal mainstream economy. Gaining formal economy status allows entrepreneurs to access formal markets, invest with security, obtain new sources of credit, and defend their rights. In 2015, the ILO came up with Recommendation 204 concerning transition from informal economy to formal economy to help member states to facilitate the transition of workers and economic units from informal to formal economy.
In terms of addressing issues of the informal economy and formalizing the informal economy, the ILO has come up with Recommendation 204, which looks at transitioning from informal to formal. The recommendation looks at three issues that we have. It has three objectives. that we have to look at, issues of facilitation. How do we facilitate in terms of moving those in the informal economy to the formal economy? Issues of promotion. How do we promote employment in the formal economy so that those people in the informal economy can move to better jobs in the informal economy? And also looking at how do we prevent the continuous informalization of our economy. As it has been noted, Zimbabwe has been informalizing over time from 80% to around 94.5%. So in doing that, Zimbabwe has to look at about different strategies that it has to put in place. We have to look at the legal side. Does our legal side allow us, or does it allow people in the informal economy to formalize? Does it give them the space? Does it recognize them? Are these people recognized so that they can participate in the development of the economy? We have to also look at issues of employment itself. How do we grow employment in the formal sector so that people can migrate from the informal to formal? We have also to look at the workers in the informal economy as workers who need rights at their different workplaces.
What if we actually train these people on entrepreneurial skills? Yeah, so that they can choose when the jobs come, then they have a choice. They can go back to the formal jobs, or they can continue to do the entrepreneurial, to continue with their enterprises. So I think that is another thing that in Zimbabwe we need to look very carefully. How can we actually take into account the skills that these young men and women already have, and actually use those or train those to fit the businesses that they want to do, or the business that are needed in the country in order to continue. Because whatever the changes are done, the informal economy will not disappear immediately. Because still there's a lot of services that need to be provided that the government cannot provide immediately. So what services can these young men or women be trained to do?
In line with ILO recommendation 204, government must implement an integrated and comprehensive cocktail of reforms that entail, number one, strengthening our key institution of social dialogue, namely the tripartite negotiating forum, as a basis for the implementation of sustainable development strategies in the country. Government must also ensure there is a conducive legal, institutional and regulatory framework that promotes small to medium enterprises. Government must also ensure access to skills, education, as well as entrepreneurship training. Government must also improve access to finance, markets, as well as adequate infrastructure. Last but not least, government must implement a comprehensive employment policy framework that is anchored on tripartite consultations.